Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Build of the Week is a weekly video series that showcases interesting character builds created by Path of Exile community members. This week's episode showcases a shadow that uses Leap Slam and a pair of Dyadus unique axes to ignite monster packs that it jumps into. Because most of this build's damage output is fire damage, there's little benefit to leveling up the Leap Slam gem itself. It's kept at level 1 to keep mana costs down. Leap Slam is supported by weapon elemental damage, elemental proliferation, concentrated effect, and increased burning damage, which are an ideal set of gems to maximize fire damage and burning. The character uses Dual Strike against bosses. It runs Herald of Ice for cold damage and to chill monsters. The Anger Aura is used to further increase its fire damage. This build doesn't run Herald of Ash. It has gone relatively old school and gets most of its fire damage from items and the Anger Aura, rather than from Herald of Ash or Avatar of Fire. The Dyadus unique axe is an interesting weapon because it provides a different set of benefits depending on which hand it is equipped in. In order to get both sets of benefits, this build uses a Dyadus in both hands. This means that you get the awesome synergy of long chills and increased burning damage. It's important to note that because Leap Slam only attacks with a main hand, it always deals the additional fire damage rather than the cold damage. Both weapons are used when hitting with Dual Strike. We like the use of Devoto's Devotion as a helmet for this build. Movement speed is very useful because of the frequent use of Leap Slam. Reduced physical damage is a mostly irrelevant drawback in this case because most of the damage dealt is fire damage. Its bonus attack speed helps reduce the impact of Dyadus' relatively slow speed. In addition to the speed from the helmet, there is an attack speed bonus on both rings and the gloves. The only flask used for mana recovery is this hybrid flask. Because it restores more than enough mana, it's very useful that it grants life at the same time. Flammability and Enduring Cry are set up to cast when damage is taken. There's also a higher level cast when damage taken gem used to trigger an increased duration of Mortal Call at a different cadence. After the Forsaken Master's passive skill tree revamp, the Shadow starting area now facilitates the choice between physical and elemental damage. This build uses the elemental passives, but in a melee build. I'll go through some of the noteworthy choices. This passive skill grants 5% more ignite chance, which adds to the 25% granted by Dyadus. Damage over time passives like Entropy are used because they increase burning damage. On the journey from the Shadow to the Templar areas, the passives chosen are all focused around life, mana, or fire damage. Eldritch Battery is used in combination with Clarity to provide the build's mana. Dyadus grants the build a 25% ignite chance, which is way more than the rate that it would normally get without a focus on critical strikes. It therefore uses Resolute techniques so that it never misses. It's refreshing to see Leap Slam used as an attack skill rather than the movement skill that it's often relegated to. This build was enjoyable for us to examine because the player clearly decided to go out on their own and make a cool build, rather than being heavily inspired by other popular builds out there. Despite being somewhat non-standard, this character is powerful. Its clear speed of high-level maps is certainly a lot better than we expected. If you'd like to submit your own build for next week's episode, just post a build guide in the class forums on pathofexile.com. Thanks for watching and see you next time.